So today's the last day of the CEDIA Expo. Like I said in my tweet, it's like the last day of Disney World. Being very excited to be here, however very sad to leave. Had a great show so far, but we still have today. Got my CEDIA Express Daily and my coffee, ready to go hit the show floor, check out the exhibitors, and send you the last video that we'll have from this convention. So looking forward to it. So this is nice. It has a motion sensor built into the dock that is programmable through automation. However, it's programmed here so it will automatically pull the iPad out to undock it, and then when you put the iPad back in, it will go back into space. That is fantastic. So here we are at iRoom IO, and we have these iPad docks which are absolutely beautiful and fantastic. Not only are they able to dock your iPad into the wall for home automation control, but they now made it where motion sensing will cause the iPad dock to come out, so you're able to pull the iPad out and use it on a vacation. And then you can put your hand right to it again and it'll bring the iPad back in, or when you dock the iPad back into it, it'll bring the iPad back into the wall as well. Absolutely awesome. Now we also have here, this is for the iPad mini, and I want to show you this one. Same concept, but all these buttons, just like the larger one, you can customize these buttons within your home automation system, so you don't have to open up the application in your iPad. So if you have a Control 4 system and you have music playing, you open up the system and you go into the application, open up the system, choose your music that you want to listen to. When you're listening to music, you can just go right over to here and start lowering it, mute it, press an all off button, whatever you want to program for these. The nice part about this too is that you're able to change the displays behind here. So you can slide in an image behind the glass to change these to correspond with your button programming. Absolutely awesome. These things are beautiful. They also have different variations of these, where instead of an in-wall, you have an on-wall version, which is really nice. Same thing with the buttons, with the programming, and you can undock the iPads. And another nice thing is they have these locks on them right here. So once you put the code in to unlock it, this will pop out and then you can slide the iPad out. This is great for a restaurant application, so nobody's sitting there trying to take this. Another great thing about these iPad docks is that they are able to be upgraded. So for example, this one has the USB-C that's plugging the iPad into this. Let's say in the future, Apple changes it back to FireWire, we can actually upgrade that connection, pop the new connection on there, and keep that iPad going. Also, the jack itself moves up and down, so if the iPad gets larger or smaller, you can make it fit. These things are absolutely beautiful, and you can get them in 7 different colors to match with your decor. And here's that 10-inch again in black. Here's a 10-inch again in white. Again, the customized buttons right here. These are absolutely awesome. They also have a version here which is a tabletop version. So same exact concept as the on-wall, but as in tabletop. And you can see the locking mechanism right here. Absolutely awesome. So look for these at JRB soon. We'll have them in stock and start installing.
Hey, this is Rick Santiago with Indie Audio Labs, owners of the Aragon and Acurus brands. And we're here at CEDIA 2021, and I wanted to show you some of our stars of the show. This is our Muse immersive processor. This has been getting a lot of attention in the last couple of years since we introduced it. This is a 916 native decoding processor, cutting edge, high-end performance at the most affordable price and the most compact form factor on the market today. So this unit competes with the big boys that are doing the biggest cinemas around the world in terms of performance, but it's at a price that's just above the separates category, above the AVRs and things like that. So it's the most affordable. It's got some very advanced features, this beautiful touch screen in the front of it. You can go in, you can do the full setup of the processor if you want, just using the screen. You don't have to go onto a display in order to set it up. You get full control over the parameters, the customization for your room. This unit was launched just prior to COVID, and yet it's still been our biggest seller ever since then, and it's gaining a lot of traction in the market. To go along with the Muse processor, we launched the Acurus M8, and the M8 is a powerhouse amp in the same small 2-rack unit form factor. This thing will put out 200 watts into 8 ohms, all channels driven. It'll even go into 4 ohms stable. It puts out about 320 into 4 ohms at 4 channels driven, and if you drive all 8 channels, it'll handle that with 4 ohms, a little bit over 200 watts at that point. So still a really powerful device. This combined with this, you've got 8 channels, you can put 2 of these, and within a 6-rack unit stack, you've got a full 916 native decoding theater, state-of-the-art, highest level performance that you're going to find anywhere. So this is our sort of most popular models from Acurus. And then you say, well, what about tuning it up when you get to the install? Well, to answer that, we've been working the last 3 years, as some of you may know, on our proprietary Aspect system. Aspect stands for Automatic Speaker Parameter and EQ Tool. And what that does is that automates going in and optimizing all the speakers in your room for the room response and for the setup. So on the screen you can see the display that shows up in your room as you're using the Aspect system. To run Aspect, you can tell the system anything about your room setup, you know, how many seats, how many rows, what's your main listening row, and then you can go in, and then we recommend a 4 microphone setup. The 4 microphone setup allows us to basically space the mics and use them simultaneously to not only measure response in the room, but also measure things about time delays and arrivals. And so we can do some things with our proprietary algorithm called Aspect that make your room just sound that much better and balanced and immersive. You can certainly read a lot of the reviews that are coming out online about it. It's working as advertised. And it's now available for the installer to basically go in and optimize rooms using our Acurus processors. Not shown here is the big brother to the Muse, which is the Act 4, and the Act 4 processor is actually a full 20 channels version of this with a lot more I/O. So we have a complete lineup of made in America stuff. Our factory is about 20 minutes away from here in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's great. And you know what I love about this? I absolutely love, like, this is so like future forward, where it doesn't look like your traditional processors, but it handles everything that you need for an also immersive experience.
Right.
It's not loaded with a bunch of unnecessary things that you're not going to be using.
Yeah, you're not going to find built-in streaming sources. You're not going to find Bluetooth connections, things like that. This was designed, it's sort of like a race car versus a family car. This was designed for a specific purpose, to go fast around the track and to do it well. This was designed to provide the most immersive and compelling theater experience that you're going to get in a home environment. Obviously, you can add streaming sources to it. Those would be an external separates approach, and that's probably the way to go anyway, given how fast streaming sources change in advance.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. No, it's fantastic. Thank you so much for showing us this. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get one in and test it, in my movie theater.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. All right.
Sounds good, Jason.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Deirdre, wave to the camera.
I guess I should look away.
No, no.